If you want to start winning every single fight in ranked just like this, if so, then you've clicked on the right video. I'm already one of the top 100 ranked players in NA this season, and I've been a top ranked player for over 9 seasons now. And today I'm going to be showing all of you the 8 best ways to win every single fight in ranked. The techniques in this video are the best ways to consistently win fights in the new season. And once you're done with this video, you watching this video right now, are going to find yourself winning every single fight in ranked. So if you haven't already, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, it means a lot. Also check out my other socials, but now onto the video. Now first things first, if you want to start winning consistent fights in ranked, you have to learn how to fight from a box away. Fighting from a box away is the best way to do damage to your opponents while not taking damage at the same time. So a perfect example of how to play from a box away would be right here. As you can see, there is a player down below me on low ground and I'm trying to spray him. But as I'm spraying this player, another player is going to push over to me near my box and he's going to try and third party me. Now from this point, I'm going to hold my wall and I'm going to wait for the other player to edit. When I see him spraying, I try and spray him as well, and I'm able to bleed a few shots through into his box. After getting a few hits of damage, I'm going to see the other player's wall is weak. So I'm going to fight from a box away to keep me protected. So I'm going to spray the wall in front of me and then hold out my own wall. This is going to allow me to grab the opponent's wall from a box away, so I don't have to be in his face and take a dumb 50-50. From this point out, I'm going to make a full wide edit while swinging to the left. The reason I make this 3-tile edit is because no matter where the player is standing in the box, I can easily pump him. And since I did this, I was able to jump in the air, pump the player, and then crack him. And after I crack this player, he's super panicked because he wasn't expecting me to play from a box away. And I can easily pressure him with my Stinger SMG, bleed through his wood builds because the Stinger does that, and I'm able to spray him and then pick up a free elimination. So if you want to start winning fights in ranked just like this, start fighting from a box away so you can take protected peeks and end up winning more fights. Moving on now, let's talk about one of the biggest questions players have when fighting in ranked. How do you fight against super aggressive players that just want to jump into your box? Now, one of the best ways to win fights consistently against aggressive players is by using protected peeks. So an example on how to make protected peeks would be right here. As you can see, I'm lurking on another player and I'm trying to wait to spray him. But while I'm sitting here, another player is going to try and land on my back and spray me. And when I try and bloom battle him, I get sprayed and I lose the trade and I get cracked. Now when this happens, I instantly create a 2x1 of space so that I have time to pop my meds. But when I do this, I know the other player is going to come and push up to my wall. And when the player pushes up to my wall, I can't make a protected peek from here. So I'm going to back up, place a cone in that box, reset the wall I was standing on, place a cone below me, and then set up a peanut butter peek. This is now going to give me a right hand peek when this player tries to swing onto this wall. From this point now, I'm going to hold out my map, and then I'm going to hold the wall. And when I see this player trying to pickaxe it, I'm going to make a 4-tile edit while then moving to the left. What this does is it keeps me protected. You can see when I confirm the edit. Right now, I'm on a right-hand peek. You can see the other player right here. But from the other player's POV right now, you can clearly see I'm fully protected behind that wall to his right. And from this point, I'm easily able to jump in the air and then one-pump this player. But after I pick up this kill, notice how I reset the wall again just in case I didn't kill him. This is so he couldn't do damage back to me. So make sure if you want to start winning fights in ranked just like this, start making protected peeks so that you can come out on top in all of your fights. Now every single rank game you get into, every single fight is going to be different in some way or another. So no matter what, it's very important that you learn how to full box and piece control your opponents in any given scenario. So here's a quick example on how I full box and piece my opponents. So in this game right here, as you can see, I'm running around near Swarmy Stash. I see a player in front of me. I'm going to spray him, win the bloom battle, get some opening damage, and then all I'm going to do is ramp at this player. Now when I get high ground on this player, he's going to 180, he's going to build up, and he's going to be able to get high ground on me. And I realize he has a right hand peek, and I don't want to peek this anymore. So I'm going to reset, and I'm going to create a 2x1 of space and metal. What this is going to do is bait the player to drop onto my wall and try and take it. Now when this player drops onto my wall, obviously I want to edit out and full box this player. But to do that, I need to move into this player's blind spot. So what I'm going to do from this position is edit the wall below him, place a ramp, and then I'm going to sprint, side jump, hold out a wall to grab control of the wall in between me and him. And when you look at the other player's POV from this, you can clearly see he can't see anything because I was in the player's blind spot. And then I'm going to edit the wall and then place a cone above his head. This now traps the player from going up, and I can window edit, pump, and then crack him. But when this player runs away, he's then going to land on my cone above me, so I can easily edit him down, pump him in the face, and then pick up a free elimination. So if you want to start winning fights and full boxing your opponents just like this, start going in their blind spots so that you can jump on their side, full piece them, and then pick up free elims. Now, one of the biggest issues that players run into this season is getting third party, because it seems whenever you pick up a kill this season, someone crash pads on your head or someone's trying to third party you in general. Well, the best way that you can avoid third parties this season is by having insanely good awareness. So an example on how to deal with third parties properly would be right here. As you can see, I'm on low ground popping a big pot, and there's another player ramping up above me on high ground. Now when this happens, I'm going to look for damage on this player to slow him down. I'm going to spray him, get a 25 dink. The player is going to keep continuing to push me, so I'm going to swap to my double pump the player once, and then hit him a second time to crack him. When this player gets cracked, he's going to land on my floor, so I know I can edit these 3 tiles. But when I do this, the player gets caught on my floor, and I see that the back wall is open, so I'm going to sprint out, side jump, pump the player, and then pick up a kill. Now after I pick up this kill, there's obviously a bunch of good loot in front of me, so I'm obviously going to go and pick up that loot. But as I'm grabbing the loot, another player is going to start pushing over to me while gliding in. When I see this, I'm going to stop looking at the loot, and I'm instantly going to focus on the other player. This is very important so that I don't get jumped on. And since I have awareness on where this player is pushing me from, I'm going to lurk, wait for the player to land above me, and get some opening damage, and then block off my head with a cone and a floor. Now from this point, I see the player sprinting up and over me, so I'm going to edit behind him in his blind spot to then jump up, pump, and crack him. After this point, I'm going to put a ramp in front of me, and then flip it, and then put a wall in front of me to block his shots, and then I'm going to edit through and try and set up a double edit. But the other player already has the roof and the cone, so that means to win this fight, I'm going to pre-piece this player, because the player is weak, and most players when they're weak, they try and create space. So I'm going to guess where the player is going to go by his movements, and I'm going to pre-piece the box to the left of him. This means that when the player moves into that box, I already have full control of the double edit. I can double edit down, catch this player off guard with his back turned, and I can easily pump him and then pick up a free elimination. So if you want to start dealing with third parties super quickly just like this, start having super good awareness so that no matter where on the map you are, you can always anticipate the third party and be ready for it. Now, if you want to consistently win fights this season, but also avoid third parties at the same time, you have to learn how to end fights insanely fast. And to do that, you need to learn how to catch your opponents off guard so that you can full box them. So in this fight right here, as you can see, I'm running around in the middle of the map near the gas station, and I see a player in front of me looting up. Now I want to catch this player off guard so I can get an insane amount of opening damage in the fight. So I'm not going to spray the player like most players would. I'm going to tap my fizz, and then I'm going to throw a crash pad on the ground and sprint into it. This is going to fly me up in the air towards the player, and the other player doesn't have any visuals on this. And doing this to another player makes no noise whatsoever, so he has no idea I'm above him. And from this point, I'm going to wait patiently until I get close to him, and then I'm going to pump this player. After I pump him, I'm going to hold out a cone in front of me, place walls, to then grab control of the box in between me and him, and then I'm going to edit through this wall right here, and then place walls behind him and a cone. What this does is it traps the player from going up or going behind him, and now he's fully stuck. From this point, I'm going to shotgun the ramp he's standing on and then spray it, but I don't want to take a 50-50, so I'm going to back up and then reset my wall. From this point, I realize there's no piece in his box, so I'm going to make a window edit, and then I'm going to place a cone. This then traps the player in the cone. And from this point, I don't want to take a dumb 50-50 and just flip up the cone, right? So instead, I'm going to flip up the cone while swinging to the left. This gives me a full right hand peek. As you can see from my POV, I can clearly fully see the player and I can line up a headshot. But from where the other player is standing, you can see he's completely cooked. He can't see me at all. And from this point, it's an easy one pump to the face, and I can pump this player, giving me a free kill. So if you want to start ending fights super quickly, just like this, start using Fizz Crash Pad to jump on their head, land on them, and then catch them off guard by full piecing them, and then that's going to give you a free kill. So start doing this in rank to win more fights. Moving on now, I actually want to talk about one of the biggest mistakes I see players make in ranked, and that is having tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is basically just focus on one thing instead of seeing the big picture, and this means you're going to get third partied a lot. So an example on blind spots would be right here. As you can see, I'm running around in the middle of the map near the gas station. I see two other people fighting. Eventually, one of the players is going to try and run away, but he basically runs right into me, so I can just beam him out of the air. And at this point, he's literally just one shot, so I can just side jump, pump him, and then kill him. Now, while I was finishing this fight right behind that tree right there was also another player up here on the hill sitting and looking at this other player up here originally. Now, the problem with this player right here is he is going to have complete tunnel vision. As you can see, he sees the other guy, he's going to spray him, and he's going to crack him. But when this player cracks this guy, he has straight tunnel vision, and he doesn't care about his surroundings and the people around him. I could literally point out so many things in this fight. For example, when he's pushing up, look right here. this is only connected by one floor. If he didn't want to go up and waste all his mats and end the fight super quickly, he could have just sprayed him out and then killed him. But instead, he only has tunnel vision for the player, and he's trying to do double edits and set up a clip almost. Now, as this player is fighting this guy, you're going to notice me over here, and I know that this guy has tunnel vision because I can see it from afar away. So I'm going to tap my fizz and then throw a crash pad down. Now, while I was doing this, the other player was so focused on the other guy, and when he does eventually pick up this kill, he's super unaware of the other players around him, and I'm easily able to land on his head without him knowing, pump him, crack him, and from this point I already have the wall in between me and him, so I can easily edit through and pump him a second time and pick up a kill. But I was only able to kill this player super quickly because I noticed he had tunnel vision and I took advantage of it. So make sure you're not making the same mistake as this guy in ranked so you don't die randomly. Moving on now, I want to talk about a very important part of this video that a lot of people skip on, and that is by learning how to fight when playing defense. So a perfect example of this in a fight would be right here. As you can see, I am at the hive and I'm trying to claim the medallion. But as I'm shooting the boss turns to the left, and that means that there's another player near me. So since the boss snitched on him, I know where he is. I'm going to turn around and try and block my back when the player pushes me. This allows me to turn around, block the player's shots, and then shoot him and get counter damage. And after I do this, I'm going to create a 2x1 of space, and I'm going to play patient, and I'm going to wait for this player to drop onto my wall. Now when this player drops onto my wall, like any normal player, they're going to drop onto your side and place a ramp to land on. Now when a player does this, the first thing you want to do is look above them and see if there's a cone above them. If there isn't, what you can do is edit the wall and then place a cone above them, but you don't want a 50-50, so you're instantly going to reset the wall in between you and him. Now from this point, I don't want to make a dumb 50-50 because I already have peace on the player. So I'm going to hold the wall when the player tries to take it. Now I'm going to hit a wall reset. What this does is it baits the other player to shoot. From this point, the other player can't shoot back at me, so it's a super easy one pump, and I can crack the player and then replace the wall. And then from this point, I get out and play patient and wait for the other player to run away. This means I now have the health advantage in the fight, but I know this other player is going to try and build up and pop meds. So to stop him from doing this, I'm going to sprint jump out and try and shoot the player. But when he blocks me off, I know I need to get up on high ground quick. So I'm going to swap to my crash pad and I'm going to throw it down at my feet, and this is going to launch me above his head, and I can easily just spray through into his box, spray him a little more, and I'm able to pick up a free elimination. So if you want to fight aggressive players that always want to jump into your box or steal your wall, try catching them off guard with a piece, hit a wall reset, and you can pump them and get yourself a free elimination just like this. Now before I end off this video, I want to say that all of the tips in this video are going to help you win more fights, but you need to understand what situation you're in to end up using these tips in fights. For example, when your opponent is pushing you, learn how to fight from a box away so you don't take any damage when you fight the other player. Or when you're on low ground and you know your opponent is above you trying to break into your box, can you side jump, piece them, and then pick up a kill? Or maybe if you want to avoid 50-50s, start hitting wall resets just like the clip I showed you earlier so that you don't die in your fights. So again, when you're fighting in ranked, look for the situation and use these tips to help you win more fights. But that is going to wrap up this video, so if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be live later today, and if you want to see how to get better in the new season, go check this video out. But with that, I'm out. Peace.